Well, it's taken 16 days, 17 hours, and 22 minutes to get to a point where we are now 250 years into the future. And it's actually been a day or two since I copied it to the USB stick. The other laptop right now is currently in January of 2300, and I'm going on vacation this week. I'm going to leave the laptop on. I'm gone 6 days. Maybe we'll get close to 500 years. Matter of fact, if we go beyond 500 years, that's fine. I'm okay with that. We'll deal with that when it happens. My guess is we'll probably get to... Well, I'm not sure what we're going to get to. Actually, what I need to do tomorrow is when I get up, find out what year we're on, and then when I go to bed, find out what year we're on. I could probably figure it out that way. If it's one of those cases where we're going to blow by the 500 years, maybe I can go up to a round number like 600 or something like that. But the next episode will be the last one, because we're rapidly getting to the point where it's taking a bit longer for the game to load and stuff like that. I think the save right now is currently at 600 megabytes in size. Let me check this out here real quick. Nope, 509. So a little under 500 megs, and that's just with the English leagues. So it'd be interesting to run something like this where you loaded like the top 6 leagues in the world to see what would happen. But I will say I have not looked at this at all since the last time. So I don't have any notes or anything like that. I'm going to be discovering this along with you guys. I'll probably jump back and forth and ramble a little bit. I'm going to try and keep the episode around a half hour or so. I will definitely make this version of the save available for download. The link should be down below at some point. And let's get into it. Well, Cardiff are your defending Premier League champions. And the Turkish Super League has somehow made its way up to 6th in competition reputation. Okay. Wow, it looks like the 2260s and 2250s were all about Chelsea. And Cardiff playing a close second off than Doncaster, winning the Premier League in 2264. Where did they start out? Did they start out League 2? 2019, they started out in League 1. Worldwide reputation, secure finances. Well done, Doncaster. So it looks like from about 2222 up to 2239, it was a 3-team fight for the most part. Birmingham, Leeds, and Southampton vying for the top of the Premier League. That's after Southampton pretty much, well, I'm not going to say dominated the 2210s. They were fighting with Reading for the most part. Reading finished first, Leeds finished second, 6 years in a row. Newcastle and Southampton, Crystal Palace got all the way up to second. I gotta check something out here real quick. Crystal Palace has never won the Premier League. And they're back down, nope, that's 2260. Yeah, they're back down in the Championship. Great. Sheffield Wednesday and Cardiff were battling it out for a while. Cardiff had a short little run in the 2180s. Then your Liverpools and your Man Uniteds in the 2160s. Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle. Yeah, this was the year of Arsenal. And that's where we left last time. So 21-19 up. Any surprises? Villa finishing second? Reading, it looks like they had some very good teams. Cardiff, West Brom finishing second again. Crystal Palace third. Leeds working their way back up. Birmingham, Southampton. Starting to see a lot of the same teams repeat, and it's not your usual top 6. Doncaster winning the league, though. That is absolutely fabulous. So let's go back to the table here. So what I'm looking for now is to see, are there any teams that got their start in the Vanarama that have made it up to the Premier League? Well, in 2217, Bolton made it up to the Premier League. They were relegated. Did they fall down? Let me see here. View history. Yeah, Championship to League One. No, it doesn't like it. I will be the first to admit that I don't know my English pyramid all that well, but it looks to me like Doncaster is the team from the lowest league in 2019 to make it up to the Premier League. They started in League 2. Let's check out some records here. Arsenal's won the league 51 times. Cardiff had 102 points in 21-52-53. That's the year they also won 33 games. Birmingham was shut out in 20-33-34. They didn't win any games. Sheffield United, 34 losses. Let's see here. 114,000 people at a Cardiff versus Liverpool game. Hull lost 17 matches in 22-24. Atlan Sela had 23 assists in 2050 for Chelsea. 16 yellow cards and 3 red cards for a Man United player. You know what? We'll check out the other leagues here real quick. Championship. Spennymoor, St. Albans. Yeah, Spennymoor was a Vanarama North team. St. Albans, let's check them out here real quick too. They're Vanarama South team. Maidstone's League 2, I want to say, in 2019. We can check that out here real quick. No, Vanarama National. So there are teams in the championship that have worked their way up from the Vanarama. They look like they may be a few years away. Right now, Maidstone looks like to be the best placed one. Let me check something out here real quick. Yeah, they just got to the championship. Spennymoor just got here too. It's possible I've missed something. Maybe. Let me take a wild guess here. The best Billericay's done is the championship for a few years. Go down another league here. We'll go down another league here. Villa's in League 1. Fulham and Huddersfield are League 1. Stoke's League 1. Swansea's League 1. Actually, Swansea's going down to League 2. They just got relegated. Or no, Swansea's League 1. They were just relegated last year. League 2. Nothing really standing out here. I don't recognize a lot of these team names, but I don't believe any of them were what you would consider upper division. And the Vanarama is no surprises there, really. The North and the South. So let's check out the World Cup. Portugal, Argentina, Mexico, Holland. Mexico beats Switzerland. Portugal, Brazil, France. Portugal, Argentina, France. England in 22-22. Argentina looks like they've been the team to beat for a while. Mexico snuck in a couple of times. So Belgium, Scotland has won. Any surprising teams? Scotland, I guess, could kind of be a surprise. Mexico, Holland. Usually it's the teams that are in second and third place that are kind of the eyebrow raisers. It's like the Ukraine in 22-46, Ireland in 22-26, Ghana coming in third, Ecuador coming in second in 21-66, Ghana in second, Ukraine in second. Any other names here that kind of jump out? Colombia in 21-26. Okay, let's check this out here. Champions League. A lot of familiar A lot of familiar teams. Fenerbahce in 2250. Good on them. Galatasaray the year before that, so back-to-back Turkish victories. Could be one of the reasons they're as high as they are now. Fenerbahce again. Maccabi Tel Aviv in 2242. Okay, that is a surprise. And the Israeli Premier League. It's not a league I have loaded, and okay, that's very, very cool. Midtjylland came in second. And then it's pretty much, Celtic in second. And, for the most part, it's the teams you would expect. Birmingham was near the top of the Premier League at this time. Leeds was at the top of the Premier League this time. Sevilla, that's a little bit unexpected. Rangers beating Galatasaray. And then it's, your usually your top flight teams from your top flight divisions. Cardiff one year. So in cases like this, it's kind of like the World Cup. You're always interested in which teams came in second. Schalke making a showing. So what was it? It was 2242 when Maccabi Tel Aviv won. So Maccabi Tel Aviv beat Midtjylland in extra time. They beat Bayern. Midtjylland beat Fenerbahce. They beat Porto. They beat Milan in the knockout round in the group stage. They came in top in a group that included PSG and Schalke. And Schalke was the only team to beat them, and they drew against Schalke and PSG. And then they probably had to pre-qualify before that. No, they won their league, so they got the automatic entry. But Midtjylland, on the other hand, had a fantastic run. They ended up in the whole qualifying phase step to get in. They started out in the second qualifying phase, made it all the way to the final, where they lost in extra time to Maccabi Tel Aviv. That's pretty cool. Well, checking out the Euro Cup here, looks like Schalke are the most recent winners, beating leagues. Ajax beating Apoel Beersheva. PSG beating Fenerbahce. Midtjylland, Stjarnan. Where are they from? Icelandic. Oh, Sheffield Wednesday, Strømgodset. From Norway. Wow. Maccabi Haifa. Zenit winning a year. Rangers. Maccabi Tel Aviv again being Midtjylland beating Basel. That's some pretty interesting results here. But then again, we're far enough ahead that you're going to get interesting results like this. PSG beating Rosenborg. And like I said, it's all, you can almost guess the winners more often than not, especially the closer you are to the original start date of the database. But, you got Strømgodset finishing second to Barcelona and second to Newcastle. The time Newcastle was pretty strong. Palace finishing second. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. What else can we check out here? Well, this is League One. It's all PSG Monaco, with the exception of the occasional Olympic Lyon. No real surprises there. I think Honestly, I think one of the things I'd like to do in FM20 is just fire up the other laptop with, like, probably the English pyramid, the Germans down to 3 Bundesliga, the Italians down to Serie C, the Spaniards down to, what is it, Segunda B? France down to the National, and then, you know, maybe a couple smaller countries, well, smaller in terms of like Portugal and maybe the Netherlands or something like that, just to see what would happen there. I think that'd be interesting to see some of the results. You know what? We'll check out a couple players here. Let's see. Stephen McAllister, a striker for Atletico Madrid. Okay, I can see why he's winning. Check out his career stats here real quick. 270 goals and 87 assists in 418 appearances. Not too shabby, and I clicked too far. Let's see here. Jonathan Oliver won it for Sevilla from Ireland. 96 goals in 135 appearances. Amadou Ka. He's older here, so... Well, he's a coach now. 316 goals and 444 appearances. Okay. Delio Kamara has won it a couple of times as well for PSG. He's now a coach. Let's check this out here. 246 goals and 468 appearances. David Giroud for Fibonacci. Now he's at Arsenal. Slavia Prague played 131 million euros for him. Wow. One can maybe kind of see why. 5-star reputation. Rich. Okay. Slavia Prague trying to become a big player on the international field. Of course, they turned around and sold him to Arsenal for 51 million. They got some good seasons out of him, though. See if there's any repeat. You know what? We can do this. Names. Jonathan Ollie won it 4 times in a row. None of these names really mean anything. I'm trying to see if there's a player who's won it like multiple times, like Canizales. 2 for West Brom and 2 for Real Madrid. Oscar Centurion, that's a pretty cool name, actually. And there's your Ronaldos. Kingsley Effiong. Hakan Eng. $198 goals and 290 appearances. Okay. Mamadi Fernandez. Yeah, he was part of the West Ham domination of the 21st century. Started out at West Ham, went to PSG. I'm almost positive I highlighted him last time. I know I did because I remember him being in Seattle because he got 39 appearances and 6 goals as a 40-year-old. Let's see. 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, and 54. And Mbappe won it 4 times. Aaron McCarthy won it 5 times. PSG, Liverpool, Cardiff. He's a general manager now. Or he was. Okay. Messi's. What did Messi end up doing? He retired as a player. He didn't go into coaching. Usually he goes into coaching. Neymar, no given. 4 times for Philippe Osterson. Rashford a couple of times. Baggio, Salah. Snusky, Zidane. So yeah, it's definitely scrolling up here. It is definitely Mamadi Fernandez, who is your player of the century for the 21st century, it seems. Yeah, look at this season here. 55 appearances, 22 goals, 24 assists, a 7.82 rating. That's when he was 34 years old. Wow. I think we're going to call that here. A little editing. This should be about 25 minutes or so. Definitely an interesting look now. I strongly suspect that when we get to the 500-year mark, or whatever mark we do get to, when I come back from vacation, it will definitely look a little bit different. I'm hoping there will actually be a few more teams that started out in the Vanarama in 2019 up in the Premier League. I think it's possible. But I think it's also safe to say that what we would consider our traditional top 6 now are not the top 6 here. Your top 6 here appear to be Cardiff, Chelsea, Arsenal, Sheffield Wednesday, Reading, Newcastle, Leeds to an extent. It's definitely interesting. Could be some fun saves out of this. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, I know what I wanted to do real quick. I'll be right back. Well, here's an example. Arsenal beating Man United on goal differential. Here's another one. Southampton beating Cardiff on goal differential. Nah, this is a good season here. It's the one right after that. Arsenal finished 4th and 74 points. 4 points behind Cardiff. It's 78. This is something I like to do. I like to go through the tables and see like some of the close results. Something like this or the year before. You know, so I'm scrolling through, seeing if anything kind of catches my eyes. There was a year where Cardiff won with 102 points, and the next closest team was like at 81. So, you know, it's the year Cardiff absolutely ran away with it. I think I looked at that in the history section where it said, you know, this is the number of games they won. They won 33 games, and they tied all the others. I think they had 1 loss. So, I don't know. I always find this, like this here, okay, they both tied on 81 points. Southampton won by a 3-goal differential, beating Sheffield Wednesday of all teams. 82 points here. I do remember a save I had in FM19 where there was a 3-way tie for first place, and it went to like the 3rd tiebreaker, which was very, very cool. I don't know. I just find that stuff interesting. Like this year's a really strong year. Sheffield Wednesday's 4th on 75 points. 4 points behind Southampton on 79. But then the year after that, you have Southampton 20 points ahead of Newcastle. So, you know, sometimes the more things change, the more they stay the same. How about this? Southampton was 76 points, Newcastle 75, Reading and Leeds was 73. Or this season here, Birmingham 3rd with 84 points, Chelsea in 2nd with 85, Southampton 1st with 86. I don't know, I find stuff like this cool. Frankly, this is one of those things where you could spend just hours upon hours in looking in the details and stuff like that. You know, Birmingham finishing 3 points ahead of Southampton and Reading here. How about this? Leeds winning on goal differential, but Birmingham, Southampton 2 points behind them. Chelsea 3 points behind them. So, and I think we're going to leave that there. Like I said, I've got vacation coming up. We should get to 500 years, no problem. We'll take a not as in-depth look at that, just hit the highlights. And I will definitely post that save up as well. I find stuff like this fun and interesting. It's always interesting to see what the computer's going to do and where teams end up. And I think you could get some really good stories out of this if you wanted to. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM Jellico. I thank you for watching.